1 minute you're enjoying a pleasant dinner at a beachside restaurant, then the air raid sirens sound.
Unbelievable.
This is life in Israel in 2025. The Houthi missiles constantly target civilian areas. Most of them are taken out by Israel's missile defence systems, but bomb shelters in the middle of the night have become part of the daily norm. At the site of the Nova Music Festival massacre, listening to survivor Shalev Biton talk about the past, the present interrupted.
He was the type of people that actually could work in Israel from Gaza.
This was nearby Israeli artillery targeting Gaza, and Shalev carried on.
At the same moment you understand that someone is shooting now, and then you understand that these gunshots are at you. Someone is shooting at you right now, so you just start to run.
On that shocking day, Shalev and his Jewish friends fled by car, then by foot across the fields and the creek beds, eventually hiding at a farm, saved by a Muslim Bedouin man, Yunus, who courageously told terrorists he'd seen no one.
We will run outside and hide inside a very tall cotton field.
The pair are now lifelong friends. A short drive away is Kibutz Ber, where more than 100 people were slaughtered or taken hostage and then slaughtered on October the 7th, 2023. The evidence of brutality, barbarism and lives wasted is everywhere. Danny Majna lost his sister and many friends that day. Who lived here and what happened to them?
This was Vivian Silva's house, and I'm going to talk about it inside to everyone.
Vivian Silva, like most people on these kibbutzim, was a progressive. They're peace activists, and that didn't help them one little bit. As you walk around this kibbutz, you're very conscious of the fact that you are only 4 kilometres from the Gazan border, just over there. 4 kilometres. That's where the terrorists came in from on that day more than 19 months ago. As you walk this peaceful kibbutz now, you're alerted to keep in mind there could be an air raid siren, a warning to take cover in case there are missiles fired in here at any time. But you can hear the dull thump of artillery shells going off in Gaza, like short bursts of thunder in the distance. Just a constant reminder that the war is going on just over there. We also headed north to Israel's borders with Lebanon and Syria, where innocent lives have been taken by rocket fire, and war erupted again as Israel took out Iranian-backed Hezbollah terrorists who rained a rocket barrage on Israel the day after October the 7th. Here in the north of Israel, where villages overlook the border with Lebanon, people were bombarded and homes were destroyed over many months as missiles were fired in from Hezbollah. Now the homes are being rebuilt. It's more secure than it has been for decades, really, because Hezbollah has now been diminished and its armory destroyed. And so this part of Israel is trying to get back to something close to normal. In the ancient melting pot of Jerusalem, we visited holy and historic sites and met with a wide range of Israeli experts, citizens, politicians and Palestinian representatives. So here I am now at the Western Wall, and it's just a reminder of the obvious point about this great city of Jerusalem, and that is that it's such a holy city to the 3 great faiths of Judaism, Islam and Christianity. Just this morning I was above this wall at the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, the 3rd holiest site in the Muslim religion. Yesterday I was up behind me at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, such an important site for Christians. There's so many important sites around the city for Christians, and as you move around this city, despite all the troubles, despite all the politics, despite all the violence, there are Christians, Muslims and Jews working side by side, worshipping side by side, living happily side by side. That's the story you don't see. That's the story that gives us hope. We also met with President AIJAC who pleaded with Anthony Albanese to visit Israel to inform himself and engage on the issues. But our PM seems happier taking potshots from the sidelines. All across Israel there are memorials, posters and protests to support the hostages and bring them home. We met Vicky Cohen, whose soldier son Nimrod has been held now for more than 600 days.
He likes nature, he used to hike with his friends.
Just 3 months after he was taken hostage, Nimrod's twin sister Romy began her military service. This national trauma over hostages is everywhere. One former Major General we heard from said he considered all remaining hostages part of his family. Yet on the sun-drenched promenades of Tel Aviv, life goes on with remarkable normality and resilience. This is Stoicism. Israelis are divided on how best to end the war and on whether Hamas can ever be truly eliminated. Most express concern for Palestinian civilians terrorised by Hamas and killed and injured in the war with Israel. But they are united in their support for their own country and share a determination to see Israel survive and thrive.